Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. It's a TGIF. Let's make it a great one. And for all you folks up in the Northeast getting hammered with that snow, you be safe out there. We're going to send you some good energy up there. You're going to need it, too. But just get in the house and have a blast. Watch how that snow come down and get out there and play in it tomorrow. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it a goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you're learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 48, Nasdaq up 28, S&P's up 8.5. Gold contract down $2.30, trading at $1,669 an ounce. Silver up 5 cents at $31.46 an ounce. Platinum flat at $1,717 an ounce rather. Copper up 3 pennies at $3.75 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $95.81 a barrel. Bonds down 1 tick at $143.24. King dollar up 38 ticks at 80.29. What King dollar is doing, folks, it had taken the B point out of an ABC structure on the way up. Yesterday, the first price projection out there is 80.69. Euro down 33 ticks, trading at 133.65. The yen down 90 at 92.73. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, what do we have? Yep, there's 6 days. You have a high, folks. No juice, but bottom line, higher high, you can go higher. You're at 15, 17, 24 right now. We did 500 million shares versus 663. We go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials, what you have inside the Dow. Dow, let's see, we're at 48 bucks. 14, we're at 13,992. We went to 14,022. Bottom line, that didn't hold the price. But, you know, what you have out here today, let's go to the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq is the number. Nasdaq, what we did with the Nasdaq is this. We're reaching for the 3196.92. Now, that was the high that was generated on the 21st of September. We basically hit it within... Let's see, within 10 100ths. You're going to love it. We closed at 31.93. It's going to hit it, folks. That's the bottom line. Now, we did that with 1.7 billion versus 2.5. But bottom line is that if it does get over it, you can get higher price. There's no two ways about that. If we go and we take a look at the SPY, what you have with the SPY is this. You know, no juice, higher high, close at a higher high, you can go higher. I mean, you know, what you have here, there's no doubt, there's no one in the store, they're buying the product. You know, the way I feel about it, it's going to end badly, but the bottom line is that the prices are going higher. Now, the NQs. Well, first off, the 3Qs. What do? Well, we've been going sideways for 23 trading days. It hadn't been able to make it over the spike high on the 23rd of January. That was 67.79. We made it over there today. We did 32 million shares. That one had 31 million. The actual swing point has 70 million. And what are we doing? Okay, so once you're over it, hey, bottom line, you're over it. It's like, okay, the Q's going to run to this 69.80. They can. We did 68.13 today. And what 68.13 is doing, it is pushing into, you know, the downdraft that was out there from the 25th. You know, maybe it wants to make it the whole way. If we go over to the small, well, actually, let's go like this. We'll change this. I'm going to change this since the big end of the week. We'll change this right into a weekly chart. So on a weekly chart, this is what you have. We start with the Qs. On the weekly chart with the Qs is that what we did out here this week, we did 205 million shares, and she's going into 226 million and 199 million. So that's not that bad, actually. You know, so that swing point basically can get tested. Not a lot of juice. We had come down on dramatic volume. You know, we're talking about coming down on 225 and 285. We go to the SPY. We put that on a weekly basis. Well, what we have in the SPY, the SPY, we'll bring this back a couple years also. What we have in the SPY, we're over the swing point. This is 655 versus 655. This thing has been up here on air for quite a while. Small caps. We go to the small caps. The small caps also basically went over it. We take a look at the small caps. This is what we have. So we're at 90.80 right now. And what we have, hey, she's over it. Bottom line, 90. She closed over 10 cents. That's also saying that you can get to higher price. We go look at the gold contract. What we had out here with gold, folks, is this. Gold contract out here today did 89,000 contracts. Now, that is good. Why? Because you had a contraction of volume as you're going lower. First swing point out here in gold is 1653. We're at 1668. The next swing point that I suspect is going to want to get tested is at 1627 level. Dollar index. What the dollar has done is this. She went topside yesterday, had conviction, rejected lower price out here today. This dollar is going to take off big time, folks. Yesterday, what we ended up doing is that I believe it was 44,000 contracts. And, yeah, we did 46,000 contracts. Today, what ended up happening, you did 25,000. She tried to get the lower price, rejected lower price, and closed right at the highs. Bond market. Let's go to the bonds. We take a look at bonds. So we have with bonds out here, she's building cars too. Bonds stayed inside the range. The range that we're talking about is at 143.08. Let's go to Mark in Fort Collins. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, you had that Nasdaq, man.
Well, that's the one I just called back about. So I just put that on a weekly. I want to make sure I got my volume right. We got 91. I've got 91. What is that? Million on the 17th of September week.
Okay, hold on. Let me put this up. I'm not sure I'm going to get that. Yeah, maybe I will. 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna have different volumes, but go ahead. Okay. Tell me what you're talking.
So I'm looking. I've gotten 86 and 91. 86 was the week before, 86 million, and 91 is the week that it hit it high.
No, okay. So we're talking September 21st, right? The week.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is this, folks, is that there's different, quoting systems and there's different volume. The volume's all the same. It depends on how they're reported. So as long as you're using the same thing all the time, it's fine. So what I have is this. I have that we went up this week on 1.7 billion, okay? And you're going into 2.4 billion.
Okay, because I put it on a weekly. That's
a weekly.
Okay, so my weekly says 91 million or whatever that is, and then we're going into that with 96. I'm using the same system here, so I don't know.
96. That's 91 to 96. I'm not, here. I understand. I understand what you're saying. I can't do it this quick on the air. That's what's going on. But because what happens is that I'm looking 2.403 billion. What was the B in 1.7? The bottom line is that it's shot. No matter which way I look at it, shot by 30%. Lighter.
Okay. Yeah. See, I've got about the same, so that's why I was curious as to what's going to happen. So, and then I've got that same similar volume at the lows in November. So what I've got out here is about the same. So I guess the other question I have is, if you had time, I was looking at the XLE, and we went over the highs. We tested a high again on lighter volume, but I think we're over it.
Yeah, that XLE, as long as it stays over that 77.35, I'm going back on the XLE, folks, all the way to September 14th. That's the benchmark on that baby. It's been over it, and it has been over it now for 10 days on lighter volume, but that's really the benchmark. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, but there's a ton of volume up, or a decent
it's huge. Listen, if you put the XLE on a monthly, right, it's coming into, watch this, folks. You did 195 million, and you're coming into 850 million. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I got it coming into 205 million on a weekly with 54 the week of way back in 8/1 of 11.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. I mean, and ExxonMobil's the classic example of that. If you put ExxonMobil up, what you'll see is that you're coming into the supply line. The supply line is absolutely a monster, and you're coming into that supply line with dramatically lighter volume. And I was using the Exxon example because we know that what you had there is that they came out with the numbers. They made $9.2 billion to the bottom line in 90 days. That's incredible. You know, so it's like, okay, why can't you get higher? And it's gone lower. Do you know what I mean? So.
Right. Well, it's also kind of amazing that the XLE is getting highs with Exxon going down.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Cooking, brother, have a great one, have a safe one. And you know what I think's going on here, folks? You're going to start hearing about this. It's going to get interesting. You know, we are a net exporter of energy, and the bottom line is that energy's happening in this country. And those numbers came out this morning. They're big numbers. You stay right there. We're coming back with our technology expert, Mr. Dave White.